Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're out to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. Their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in needing to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And if you're leading this organization, one of the things you're making sure everyone understands, this isn't about playing for draft picks. This is about playing for victories.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the only 6-time Super Bowl champion in league history. In his 20th season now, Tom Brady.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loved.
And right away, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you, that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Now Brady. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Brady now on 1st down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's going to be a long second.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the former Texas Tech Red Raider. At quarterback, it's Nick Shimonik.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game, because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malcolm Smith, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Cover.
On 3rd down, Brady. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 9.
Get in the way.
25-yard line.
Hey, check it.
On 2nd and 9, Brady, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run with Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5.
On play action, it's Brady. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. This is Pope. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
I'm here all day.
Sheminek. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Pope. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 points.
They're throwing here, Sheminek. And he's going to have the hook up to Izzo. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is Barkley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, what do you got? Hey, 66.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Able to break the tackle and get some breathing room before being brought down just outside the 5. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards.
False start. Offense.
3rd and 1, you had the run-pass option. Now, not so much.
Yeah, it changes the play call, doesn't it? And that's probably a big reason why those offensive coordinators laminate their play sheets. You can't just rip them and tear them up when you're angry about something like that.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Back to throw, Shimon, and that'll be incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Here's Shimonik to throw it. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Switzer. .44-yard punt, return of 9. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Brady now 9 of 11 passing in this 1st half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Finds his tight end Ingram. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brady now to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Mike,
The tackle made by
On 2nd and 9, Brady under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now Brady. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw is Shimonek. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Here's Brady to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get that one on the left tackle, Russell Okung. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Brady. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
To throw on 3rd down. Brady, he dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it with Pope. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. On 2nd and 7, Shimonek rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. They'll run on 1st down. Pope. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Coming to you.
Ready?
This is Howard on 2nd down.
Get there.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Shimonek. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it. And now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Play action. Now it's Brady. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Brady going to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On second down now, it's Pope. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
That's trash.
Hey, goal 66.
From midfield, here's Brady. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Offense.
That one on Brian Bulaga. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Check, we got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Check it.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On third down, Pope. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This is taken in by Chad Williams. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Pope. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They run with Pope again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
60 outlaw. 54. Now.
They're throwing here. Shemina looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And his kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now a play fake. Brady. Well, they're nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby. Sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover it? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Now Brady again. James has got it. Complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 33 yards that time. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Well, coach is always...
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Jesse James, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
False start, offense.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, and someone jumped.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Back to throw, Shimon.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Lambo on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
You better be ready. Don't be scared.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, it's Pope, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Shimon. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
22 yards there, a first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On the run, it's Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
You know, the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not get
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. To try again after the sack. Shimonek, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The Chargers on third down. They've been stymied left and right, converted only one time. This is 3rd and 14. To throw is Shimonek, and he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Here's Shimonek to throw it. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
To throw again on second down. Shimonek. He's going to have the hook up to Izzo. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Brady. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Barkley. A gain of 3, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We got 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On second down, Eckler. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Brady to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Now it's Barkley, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Brady will get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Now Shimonek. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down and 20.
Ready?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Shimonek. That one complete. He finds Sharp. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
To DJ Chark.
Check Mike, 50, go.
5-yard pickup on the play.
Guys, game situation, let's go.
Right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
58's the mic.
A gain of
58's the
4
mic.
brings up 3rd and 4.
Delay of game, offense.
So that one will be accepted. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Regular.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Kansas City, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's been a sinking ship all season as they finally draw the curtain on what will be a 1-15 year. And you have to figure that this is a team that will look a whole lot different come training camp next July. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.